There is a rare activation occurring on Earth now. The fifth element is returning. In ancient systems of understanding, the five-pointed star or pentagram symbolized the elemental order: earth, air, fire, and water, with spirit or ether positioned at the top. The fifth element was the unifier, the frequency that integrated all four into coherence. The shadow tree, operating as an inversion of the tree of life, deliberately manipulated this pattern. It reversed the pentagram suppressing spirit and created systems where the elements were disconnected from their source. Humanity was conditioned to reject or forget the elements, to numb the body, which was earth, disown emotions, which is water, suppress will, which is fire, and sever intuition, which is air. Meanwhile, those behind the shadow tree retained the knowledge. They used the four elements in secrecy, but without alignment to spirit. Their practices inverted the natural flow. Through rituals, dreams access, energetic siphoning, and timeline manipulation, they created false realities. Timelines were hijacked, the divine feminine was suppressed, consciousness was harvested, and the matrix of synthetic authority was upheld by these distortion. The era is now being interrupted because of activation of the fifth element. The fifth element does not activate frequency. It requires internal coherence. The four elements spot into alignment within a being or system. Only then can spirit, the fifth element, integrate and awaken. When it does activate, the structure of artificial timelines become unstable. The systems dependent on fragmentations begin to dissolve. The fifth element operates outside of the cubist space, while the four classical elements are bound by space and time. The fifth is transcendent. It moves between timelines, remembers across lifetimes, and exists in the space that holds time itself. This makes it ungovernable by the old systems. It is neither above nor below. It simply is, and it restores original order. Because the fifth element is active again, the shadow tree is losing its energetic base. In response, the systems has become increasingly reactionary. There is a visible amplification of emotional volatility, collective reactivity, and energy harvesting patterns. This is not random. This is the final attempt to maintain dominance by destabilizing the field through distortion. But the inversion is no longer sustainable. The original frequencies are beginning to re-enter the field. The tree of life is being restored through natural law, not artificial construct. The shadows tree's rituals built on stolen elemental powers and disconnection from spirit are now failing to hold. They are being transmuted through the very presence of aligned elemental coherence. The fifth element is not an identity, it is not a title, it is a function of natural law. It is the presence of spirits is a present of spirit within matter, bringing the element into right relationship with one another and with source. Where four elements were used to manipulate and divide, the fifth element actually aligns them. This changes the structure of time, memory, access, and influence. It renders old systems of magic and control obsolete. It restores sovereignty to their organic design. The feminine principle, long introverted and weaponized, is part of this restoration, not as a symbol of sacrifice, but as a field of integration. This restoration happens quietly, through coherence, through order, through truth. The fifth element does not require belief, it does not seek followers, it does not appeal to ego. It emerges when the distortion no longer resonates, when the body, mind, emotions, and spirit are all brought into balance. Then the spirit becomes present again. The system is built on separation, cannot coexist with this activation. This is not the future idea, this is the present reality. The fifth element has returned, and the false systems are no longer holding. This is Makalasi. Thanks for listening. Peace.